Hi there. My name is Lisa Steele from Fresh Eggs Daily, and I'm really excited to be partnering with Small Pet Select for this Facebook Live. Today, we're going to be talking about what to expect when you're expecting eggs from your backyard chickens. I'm going to give people a minute to join in. I'm sure a lot of you are brand new chicken keepers, so you're really getting excited about those first eggs. I'm going to hope my chickens are going to behave. Sometimes they get kind of loud, but I told them they had to be quiet so everybody can hear. So anyway, hey everybody. So for those of you who maybe are brand new to backyard chickens, so many people started raising chickens in the last year because of COVID. And then again, this spring we're seeing a lot more new chicken keepers. So for those of you who aren't familiar with me, again, my name is Lisa Steele, and I am the founder of Fresh Eggs Daily, which is an online site, blog, website, social media, YouTube, all of that, and the author of a couple books on backyard chicken keeping. I've been raising chickens as an adult for 12 years, also ducks, and we recently added geese about 2 years ago. I live in Maine. We started raising chickens in Virginia for about 5 years, I guess 6 years, and then we moved to Maine. We've been here for about 6 years. I raised chickens as a kid. My grandparents were chicken farmers in Massachusetts, and I grew up across the street from their farm, so I do have a long history of chicken keeping, although I have to admit it's a lot more fun this time around. As a kid, I really didn't love the chickens because we had, chores when we would rather be playing. But anyway, all right, so today we are going to talk about what to expect when you're expecting. If you did get chicks in the spring, you're probably getting to the point when they're about 16 to 18 weeks old. I always start getting excited right around then that I'm going to start seeing eggs. It's kind of early. Sometimes you might have to wait 22, 24 weeks. I once had an Americana that laid her first egg when she was 39 weeks old. I had given up on her and I was convinced she was a rooster. But she turned out to be a pretty good layer after she finally got herself started. So anyway, I do actually have some broody hens. I should turn you around so you can see them. Well, I have one broody hen and one chicken who's working on laying an egg. So she might actually lay it live. If she does, I'll let you know. But anyway, so when you are going to be expecting eggs from your chickens, their first eggs, it's always a good idea to get their nesting area ready in advance. So somewhere around 14 or 16 weeks, I'll make sure that there's bedding in the boxes. I use aspen nesting pads. I pulled this off of the pad, but it's a pad attached to paper. I really like it because they can't kick it out of the boxes as easily as they could shavings or straw. So I use aspen nesting pads, but really you just want something that's going to be soft. We have another crazy broody too, who needs to go back outside. So you want something soft in the nesting boxes. You want to get the boxes prepared a couple weeks in advance of the eggs coming so your chickens know where to lay them. If you have older hens, they'll show your younger hens, but for your first time chickens, they might need a little help. So you also want to put some fake eggs in boxes. You can put plastic Easter eggs. You can put golf balls. I wouldn't recommend real eggs because they can get broken. You can find some stones. I found some little rocks and I painted them so they look like little eggs. But really it doesn't matter. You can just put rocks in there. Just something in the nests so the chickens kind of get the idea that's where they're supposed to lay their eggs. Rule of thumb, you want one box for every 4 to 5 chickens, but in reality, they're probably going to use all the same box. I have 6 boxes. I have 16 hens. I rarely find eggs in more than 2 boxes. The boxes should be about 12 inches square. You don't really want them much larger than that because then 2 chickens will cram into them and there's more chance of broken eggs. Although even with 12-inch boxes, 2 chickens I often find crammed in 1 box. So you can only do as much as you can do. You can't force a chicken to lay eggs. She'll lay when she's ready. It depends on the breed. It depends on the individual chicken. Around 16 or 18 weeks, you do want to switch them from a grower feed to a layer feed. The layer feed has more calcium in it, and they need the calcium, obviously, to lay eggs with strong shells, they also need the calcium to make the contractions that push the egg out. So calcium is super important. If they don't have enough calcium to make the contractions, you can end up with an egg-bound hen. If they don't have enough calcium to make strong eggshells, you can end up with soft-shelled eggs that are going to break. And then that can often lead to a bad habit of the chickens eating their eggs. So you definitely want to switch to a layer feed. Again, the layer feed won't make them start laying, but you want to get them on that layer feed a couple weeks before they start laying. They do have calcium in their grower feed, not as high levels, and they have been storing that, but they will start to leach calcium out of their bones for their eggshells if they don't have that layer feed. I also do like to give them a calcium supplement. That poor broody, she wants to get back in the nest. I'm messing up her afternoon plans. You want to give them a calcium supplement. Also, you can give them crushed oyster shells that you can buy commercially. Just a little plug here, Small Pet Select has a really wonderful crushed oyster shell. It's sort of like flakes, not those white chunks. So if I do give my chickens oyster shell, they do prefer the Small Pet Select flakes. But I personally just give them crushed eggshells. Of course, your first chickens, you won't have any eggshells. You don't want to give them store-bought eggshells. You only want to give them their own eggshells back to them because of chance of bacteria and just things on the shells. But once they start laying, you can absolutely just air dry the shells when you crack them. I peel out the membranes just because they crack better, they crush better. Then when they're dry, you crush them up and you can put them in a little container. I have a little dispenser here in my coop. I think it's like a little rabbit feeder, and I just fill this up with the crushed eggshell for them. You always want to feed it free choice, so each hen can eat as much or as little as she wants. And your roosters and your non-laying chickens won't eat any. She's bad. Definitely messing up her afternoon. Okay, so you want to switch to the layer feed. You want to get the nests ready. And other than that, that's really all you can do. I do have curtains on my nesting boxes. Some of my chickens do seem to prefer a lot of privacy. And it also can help with eggs getting broken or egg eating or whatever because they're hidden behind the curtains. It can also help to encourage broody hens. Hey, you need to go outside. That's the thing about chickens and live things. You never really can tell what's going on. Come on, go. Ouch. I'll make her sit with me for a little while. So this is my loud girl who wants to be broody. Broody chickens is something else. That's a whole nother topic maybe we can talk about another day. I usually don't have them this late in the season. It's usually a spring thing. But this girl is determined. She'll go in her nest. Okay, now we have two broodies and a chicken laying an egg. There's always something going on inside the coop. Okay, so we've gotten the nests ready. We've switched them to layer feed. And other than that, all you can really do is wait. Some signs that your chickens are going to start laying eggs. You'll notice them start eating the oyster shell that you put out. Before that, they won't bother with it. Younger chickens won't bother with it. You also might notice when you go to pet your chickens or walk by them or pick them up, they kind of flatten themselves down, hunch over. That is a submissive position that they will make for a rooster. So that indicates that they're reaching, puberty and laying age and all that. So when you start to see that, you'll probably see eggs within a couple days. That's a really good sign that your chickens will start laying eggs. She's crazy. Now she's back out again. Anyway, so eggs are super exciting. No chicken lays an egg every day. You can expect probably 4 to 5 eggs from each chicken a week. They do take days off here and there. Technically, they lay 1 egg every 26 hours, but they won't lay one overnight. So, there's days when they just skip, to get to the next day. Your chickens will lay best their first 1 or 2 laying seasons. After that, egg production will probably drop about 20% a year. I do have some chickens who are 5 and 6 years old who still do lay eggs at a slower rate than my new layers. And by the time your chicken is 8 or 9 years old, you're probably not going to see very many eggs at all. Although I did have an Australorp who every spring would lay, an egg or two. Just the good old college try. Oh, I also do like to put herbs in my nesting boxes. I put dried herbs or fresh from the garden. I like to put mint and lavender, rose petals, calendula, chamomile, rosemary. Did I say lavender? They smell nice. They look pretty. I think they calm the chickens down. They make them not crazy. Sorry, guys. All right. She's leaving. She's leaving. Yeah, so dried herbs or fresh herbs from the garden. I have a big herb garden, and it also helps to keep, no, don't you start now. It helps to keep rodents and flies and bugs and stuff out. Chickens do sing a song of sorts after they lay their egg. It doesn't sound like that. Well, it sort of sounds like that. Yeah, so this is the egg song that a chicken lays. Oh, here we go. Although she didn't lay her egg yet. You didn't lay your egg yet. And usually once one starts in, they all start in, and then it's just this big thing. All right, come on. You go. If you're not going to lay your egg, you got to go out. You got to go outside. Yeah, so that is the egg song, and see, these are the things you need to know when you start raising chickens that most people don't tell you. All right, you outside. Everybody outside. Come on. My poor little broody. Bonnie. Poor Bonnie. She's just sitting quietly, hoping that her non-eggs will hatch. Anyway, all right. So, because now the chickens are getting crazy. Hey, come on. I do want to tell you about Golden Egg. Golden Egg is a new product from Small Pet Select, and it's more than a treat because it's super nutritious, and it will make, hey, you, come on, outside. Come on, trying to talk. It'll make super orange egg yolks. It's got things like pumpkin and paprika. Shh. And, let me see. I did write a list. Now I've completely lost my concentration. These crazy chickens. Okay. It's got pumpkin seed, marigold, paprika, garlic, vitamins, golden eggs. Great for really orange egg yolks because now that you have your own chickens, you're going to be getting all these gorgeous eggs that whether you're going to sell them or your family's going to eat them. Here, back inside. You want the most beautiful eggs you can get. So golden eggs from Small Pet Select. It's a treat, you know, so it should be limited to say 10% of their diet, but it's like a super nutritious treat. So it's little pellets. It smells really, really good. It's got all kinds of nutrients in it for them, for orange egg yolks, which is super important once your chickens start laying eggs. And of course, now the geese are starting up. So look for Small Pet Select feeds, golden eggs. They also have scratch grains, the oyster shell. Make sure you come over and follow me, Fresh Eggs Daily, over on Instagram and also my blog, fresheggsdaily.com. And I've got tons of great tips and information. I've got some loud chickens. I've got some loud geese. And anyway... That's that. Just a crazy afternoon in our chicken coop. Yeah, you're crazy. And she never even did lay her egg. But anyway, so what to expect when you're expecting is a lot of noise, a lot of eggs, a lot of craziness in your chicken coop. And I suppose I should go through. So we don't have rabbits. We have chickens, ducks, geese, a corgi, and a cat. We do have we have snowshoe rabbit that hangs around, but he's wild, so he's not technically our pet, but we see him every day. Shh. Chickens are making me crazy. Anyway, thank you to Small Pet Select for letting me take over your Instagram. And, oh no, don't be afraid of chickens. Don't be afraid of chickens. They're just loud sometimes, but they're fine. They're not scary. Anyway, thanks to Small Pet Select. Again, come follow me at Fresh Eggs Daily. And again, questions, I'm seeing some questions. If you go over to my blog, fresheggsdaily.com, Fresh Eggs Daily, on Facebook or Twitter, I'm there. I have all the answers to your questions. Bye.